Hi everyone, I'm Kat from the Littlestown Library of the Adams County Library System, and welcome to our virtual Summer Quest 2020 program. This is the fourth and final installment of our stop motion animation video series, so thank you for joining us today. Feel free to check out the previous 3 videos in this series if you haven't already. In part 1, we got a general overview of stop motion animation and the different subtypes. In part 2, we talked about claymation, and then in part 3, we talked about cutout animation with paper. So today we are going more in depth with the fourth subtype, model animation. There is some overlap between model stop motion animation and claymation, since the latter uses clay specifically and often includes an armature or a wire skeleton underneath the clay in order to give it a wider range of motion. But while claymation is often used alone to make an entire film, model animation is usually combined with live action to create fantastical film sequences that look real. And this technique was pioneered by animator Willis O'Brien in 1925 with the film The Lost World. And then some other excellent examples can be found in the 1933 film King Kong, with the stop-motion gorilla playing the title role. You can find it in the battle between a dragon and a cyclops in The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and also in a fight between human skeletons and Greek soldiers in Jason and the Argonauts. So those are all examples of model animation at a very high caliber that are absolutely amazing to watch. So in addition to the clay, model animation also has 2 additional ways that you can create models used in the shots. The first is the build-up model. And that one is where you layer pieces of foam over a metal skeleton, and then you brush or paint or spray liquid latex over the top. Or you can create rubber skins that you then attach to it. This is more expensive than using clay, but it's also much more detailed. Casted models, which is the other type, they are the most expensive type used in stop motion, but they also last the longest. While clay dries out and the build-up models can melt or crack with time, the casted models are formed by creating a mold of a sculpture of what the model is going to look like, placing the mold around the armature, and then filling the mold surrounding the armature with a liquid material like foam latex or silicone rubber. And this forms a rubbery flesh over the skeleton once they take the mold off. So we're not actually going to make a model for the demonstration today, although there are plenty of how-to videos out there explaining the process in more detail if you are interested. I'm actually going to use what is essentially 2 armatures with ball joints, which make them more easily movable. Today, we are using Bionicles. So these 2 are from my younger brother's collection, and they're from the original toy run of these characters back in 2001. So this is Tahoe, the Toa of Fire, and Kopaka, the Toa of Ice. So let's see what happens when fire and ice meet. Something that's really important for a video like this where you have 2 characters interacting, in this case doing a fight scene, where they're both doing things at the same time, it's really a good idea to have a script a layout of the actions that you wanted to take. In professional movie making, they'd have an actual storyboard that would show each and every movement that you would be doing and what kind of shots, be it close up, long shot, that kind of thing. I'm not getting quite that complicated, but I am doing a simple list of the different actions that I want each character to take, so that way I don't forget where I am during the actual filming, because it can be really easy to forget, oh, did I move that character already? What's the next action they're supposed to take? And that can really muddle up your videoing, your picture taking. So yeah, I had done actually a preliminary video, and I did not have a script or an action list made, and it turned out really badly. So we're doing another one, and hopefully this will turn out better. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. that was intense. Hopefully you enjoyed that little short film, and maybe it will help give you some ideas of the kinds of stop motion animation that you can do with pre-jointed toys at home, if you don't feel like getting into the process of actually making a full model, which can be a little complicated. So if this looks like something that you'd like to try, remember that we did change the date of our virtual stop motion film festival. It will now air on the Littlestown Library Facebook page on August 11th. So if you would like your stop motion animation short film to be showcased, please send your submissions to littlestown@adamslibrary.org by 8 p.m. on Sunday, August 9th. And if you have any specific questions about topics covered here in part 4, then you can register for a Zoom Live Q&A Tech Talk, which will take place this Thursday at 3 p.m. So please register online through the events page on adamslibrary.org. And as always, feel free to drop questions in the comments section of this video. So thank you everyone for joining me on this adventure through stop motion animation. I hope that you had fun, had a few laughs, and maybe even learned something new along the way. So don't forget to check out adamslibrary.org for awesome events happening throughout the year, and follow us on Facebook for regular updates and announcements on library events. So stay cool, stay safe, and have a great rest of the summer. Bye.